Hey guys, Jin Graves here. So like I said before, well, first thing, so I don't have a beard anymore. I just have kind of my 5 o'clock shadow. Anyway, and if you see me sweat, it's hot in my house. Sorry about that. Um, you know. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Like I said, as promised, I'm gonna do a video like I told y'all whenever I hit 250 subscribers that I would tell you guys. Oops, I had a message pop up. Um, I would tell you guys what my tattoos meant. So anyway, that is this video. There will be a Q&A when I get to 300 subs. But when I get to 350, um, I will tell you another like personal thing in my life. So the thing for basically 350 that I've chosen to tell you guys is my dog's names, um, why they have those names and what they mean and how they fit with them and different things like that, if they do or if they don't. So now that that's out of the way, let's get to the real meaning of this video. You subscribers, the 250 that I have, want to know what Jen Graves' tattoos actually mean. So, approximately, guys, I have 7 tattoos. They all mean different things. A lot of it is religious stuff for me, and it's personal, different things like that. So, there's a lot of other things that I want to get, I just can't get yet, but we'll start. I'm gonna try and go in order. I can probably get pretty close to it. I think there's only one I'm going to show y'all outside of order, which will be like my 4th or 5th one, something like that, or my 6th one, whichever it is. So that'll be like my last one. But it has a good story behind it, so I figured I'd tell you guys that later on after I got done and told you guys that. Sorry if you guys hear one of the dogs. So anyway, so the first one I got is this one right here. This is my bear paw one. So the reason I got a bear paw is it's one of my spirit animals. If you've listened to my stuff with the Amaskio J, I did bring it up and mention that once. That's how I found out that Amaskio J, even though sometimes when he seems like a Spanish American guy, he is actually a Native American guy. Um, you know, um, so pretty cool conversation we had. So I got a fade for the first time on my first tattoo. Not something I would really want to do again. That's where kind of fades into a white. It was cool for once, but you know. So going still with the bear. Basically, like, bear is motherly. You take care of people. Different things like that. That's kind of what it says in the book, but it's more of you being a protector, stuff like that. So that's why I ended up picking the bear as my first spirit animal that I tatted on my body. I have 2 of them on there. We'll get to the second one later, but I have 8 altogether, and so eventually, hopefully, I can get all their prints and different stuff on me. The other thing is on this tattoo, on the bottom part of the paw print right there, you can see that there's an infinity sign. This was my first tattoo, guys, like I said. So to remember it, I wanted to make sure I got the infinity tattoo on it and knew that I was going to put this on my body forever. So this was my very first one. The symbol above it, you might have seen it at a sorority or fraternity. It's called Theta. And I'm not sure the other words and stuff that go with it, but Theta also, for people that are religious, also means God. I do believe in a higher power as well as many other things, being a good person, all that other stuff. That's why I'm kind of a non denominational Christian. But I like to study other cultures and all that other stuff. I love doing that and different stuff. So that was my first one, and that's kind of my backstory behind that one. Moving over, so we're going to this one. If I can get this one right, it's kind of back a little farther. Maybe I can rest my phone on the thing. So this is it for this one. If you can kind of see it. So I know it's kind of distorted because I have to twist my arm a weird way for you to see it. This one is my Knight Templar cross. Basically, if you know the backstory behind the Knights Templars, they were an organization that was started to basically rid evil in the world and stuff. Before they basically through the church went corrupt, and we had many, many different battles that were probably unnecessary. The reason why I got this, though, is because of the whole loyalty thing to something. I'm very loyal to my beliefs, and that's another reason why I wanted to get this Knight Templar cross, because I'm completely loyal to myself. I understand that there's other things out there that are just whatever, but I believe in myself, so that's kind of where that one came from. I am Christian, like I said. If I can get that angle just right, you can kind of see my shoulder poking out too much. And there's some sweat. Oh my god. So INRI up there, if you know that, and the IHS. If you've ever seen the little piece of paper that hangs above Jesus, there's two different meanings behind this. They both mean the same thing. The IHS is the Greek form of it. The INRI is the Roman form of it, or the Latin form of it. And like I said, they both mean the same thing, but, I really like that part of the Bible with Jesus and stuff. I know some people might not agree with that, but, having that strong kind of belief of what it is, somebody that would sacrifice themselves for you, kind of means a whole lot. So, and like I said, that's kind of my belief system. I wouldn't push it on anybody else. Like I've said before, I don't actually believe that religion is a thing, because we all have, even though we're underneath like one of those umbrellas, well, let me put it a different way. In manga form, we're all underneath the umbrella of being manga lovers and all that other stuff, but not everybody likes the same manga. There's ones that I don't like. There's ones that other people don't like. We're not all gonna like the same manga. We're not all gonna, rate the manga the same way, all that other stuff. And that's kind of, like I said, that's kind of my belief thing, is I love all the manga that I have. That's why I've never dropped a series, but there's not a lot of people that will do that. Everybody has at least dropped one or multiple ones, just different stuff. So that's kind of where that comes from. But like I said, they both mean the same thing up there on the top. In Latin, I did take Latin class in high school. I also had to take Chinese class in high school after I transferred. But I's are J's and K's are R's. So if you read this, it actually means Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. And if you know that too, the story of Jesus, whether you want to believe it's true or not, or if you just want to take it as a story, he was basically persecuted as being such, and They sanction him as that, having a title and knowing your name. Whatever name you go by, just like us as manga tubers and different stuff, or if you have a nickname, Jen Graves, that is the name that you guys all know me by. So that's kind of what it is, what's in a name. So then I also have right here Alpha Omega, beginning and end. Um, Basically, that's another thing that I'm kind of strong with is, we've begun, we will end, different stuff like that. There's always something you begin. You begin a book, a volume of manga, and you finish it and it ends. You start the series, the beginning, and you read it all the way, however many there are, 10, 60, whatever amount of volumes there are, and it comes to an end. But the real thing is the line that's in the middle, you can't see it, obviously, but everything that's in between. So beginning to end, different stuff like that, Alpha, Omega. Then this P with an X is the sign of Constantine. It is, I believe it's just in the Catholic Bible. Um, it is a symbol that means a lot to me too. So I'll tell you a little backstory about it. Basically, one of the emperors of Rome, the Roman Empire, when they took over a place, they took on the beliefs and everything. They had a temple in Rome that stored all these different gods of every different person they had. It was something they believed in, that you brought their gods in to bring them closer to you. So they brought their statues and everything in and put it as part of the Colosseum of Gods or whatever they had, just a giant temple thing with all these different deities and stuff in it. Anyway, so Constantine is the emperor for this symbol, though. And what Constantine did basically was he prayed. He knew there was a battle coming up that he wasn't going to be able to win. And he basically got a dream from God that said, paint this symbol on your shields, and you won't have to worry about the battle. Your enemy will tremble before you. Um, so that's kind of what this is. The next day they went up on the battlefield and there was nobody there. The enemy, for some reason, turned away and ran off, and that's kind of where Constantine changed how the religious belief was in Rome and decided to make all of Rome Christian and stuff like that. But like I said, all these symbols together, for me, it just means a lot of different stuff. Not so much religion, but the stories behind them and what they all mean to me, different stuff like that. So, anyway, that was the second one that I got. Whew, it is really hot in here. So the next one is actually both of these two. We'll get the easy one out of the way first, because there's a joke behind it too. So this one I got, this is the Roman numeral 13. I got this one. A lot of people think that because Black Cat is one of my favorite manga, that's the reason I have this. That is a lie. I don't have any anime or manga related tattoos. The reason why I have a 13 is because it is my lucky number. There are a lot of different things that the number 13 means for me, and that's why I got it tattooed on my skin. Stuff like that. So these other things kind of go together too. This one is my symbol in the astrological zodiac. I am a Sagittarius. And that's why I have the arrow and stuff there. Basically, letting you know that I am that Sagittarius. I am the archer, different stuff like that. We can get into that, which I may have to tell you about that later on. That might be an addendum. Maybe when I hit 450, or maybe I'll push the dog thing back and tell you all the meaning of my astrological signs with my birthday and stuff like that. So anyway, then these two go together. They mean basically the same thing, if you know what they are. There is a 60-year cycle in the Chinese zodiac. I know we all know from the 12 animals, basically, um, the sheep, the tiger, the dragon, the rooster, the rabbit, horse, dog, so on and so forth. Pig, snake, different stuff like that. If you've read Fruits Basket, you know that with a little extra tell of there being a cat added into it. So in the 6 year cycle, I am a sheep or a ram. That's what this means. But the other thing is with this one, this symbol basically means iron, or metal. In the 60 year cycle, if you look at it, whatever day you were born in, 60 years in the future, you will come upon that day again, because there's five elements and six, or the 12 animal signs, or there's five elements. Altogether, it makes 60. So you have something special in that too. I am a iron or a metal sheep or ram. And that's what that means. That's my chosen thing in the 60 year cycle. So if you know that, you can probably tell me what year I was born. With the Sagittarius, you can probably get a ballpark thing of what month I was born in. So, um, you know, like I said before on the second tattoo, like what's basically in a name, what's it all mean, different things like that. I also believe that people's birthdays and stuff like that actually mean a lot too. So that's kind of why I went with both of these sections of tattoos. So I kind of count that 3 and 4 because they are not linked together. Whew! It is like really hot. I can see all this sweat like coming down. Crazy, right? All right, so the next one is this one right here. This one is my raven feet. It's one of my other spirit animals. The raven basically is, it's the only flying one that I have. Everything else I have is an earth based spirit animal. That's the only one that I have that is an air based spirit animal. Um, Basically, what the raven symbolizes is it's your aura stuff. Like when you walk into a room, people know you're there. That's kind of what it is. And I have kind of gotten that before. That people always somehow know that I'm in a room in some way or another. Whenever we talk, they're like, "Oh man, you were the person that I was supposed to talk to tonight." Or a chick or something, just different stuff like that, and whatever comes of it. And paired with a fox. Fox basically, I haven't gotten that tattoo yet, but I'll tell you, it's kind of a funny thing. The fox basically means like you can hide your presence. So even though my presence is hidden, people still somehow spiritually, whatever it is, know that I'm there. But yeah, that's the raven. Really cool stuff. I'll have to show you guys my spirit animal book and kind of go over what everything is, so you can kind of connect the dots with my spirit animals and know that. That could be another goal too. So keep getting more subscribers to me, and we can totally go through a bunch of the stuff. So my next one right here, I got a tribal sun. I really wanted that. But I have this symbol. This is psi. If you know about this symbol, this is the symbol for psychology. As most of you guys know, that is my major. I'm never going to change it. I talk to you guys all the time. That's because of my psychology roots. Knowing that I can get in depth with different people and stuff like that and talk to them and make them feel better. Different stuff. That's all psychology. The symbol also means basically like supernatural presence, different stuff like that. Psychic. Not saying that I have powers or anything, but I do believe in the supernatural kind of in that way. Whether you believe in ghosts or different stuff like that, that's something that I kind of go with as well. So Yeah, it's kind of got a double meaning on that one. So you've seen one, two, three, four, five, six. Are you guys ready for the last one? That you are? Okay. Sorry, I was being silly. So this last one is one that a lot of people haven't seen or know about. Sometimes they see it, they just don't know what it is, and that is this one right here. And as you can tell, it's really worn out. This was the two on the top of my shoulders were ones I got together. The ones on my chest I got together. So when I went for my tattoo session, I guess you would call it, it would be my fourth one. Um, so I got this one. Basically, what the ladybug means is it is a symbol for my grandma. Well, one of them. Whenever she passed, my mother and both my older sisters that are related to my mother went and got this tattoo. We all have it in different places except for my oldest sister and my mom. They both have it on one of their fingers, really small. I have it here on my elbow, and my other sister has it on her shoulder. But we all have ladybugs and different stuff. That's what it means for my grandma. Different stuff. We'll have little like the ladybugs or the ladybug beetles or whatever you call them, and they will be there. You know, we'll find them in our car, or like, you might get a little bite on your neck. Different things. We find them everywhere, but it's weird. There'll only be one. So a lot of the times what we say is this kind of connects us to them, and that it's like my grandma basically like watching over us whenever we find like a ladybug or something like that. But like I said, it's weird. It's like one of them comes out of the woodwork like every so often when you need it. So it's really weird in that aspect. But the other thing, as you can see, this is my only one that I've gotten color on. I don't know if it was the color. Somebody told me that they thought I was allergic to the red ink they used. The other thing is they hit a nerve cluster. This was probably my most painful tattoo, even though it's the smallest one I have, probably about as big as a dime. But that's why the color is rubbed off on the back of it. It basically scabbed up multiple times, and I would take a shower to kind of wash it off, make sure it didn't get infected. And when the water hit the scab, it would just wash it down my arm. All that. It happened multiple times, and that's why I don't really have too much of the back of this tattoo with the color and stuff. So, pretty crazy stuff with that. But, yeah, this was probably one of my most painful tattoos, where it was and all that other stuff. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So that's Jen Graves and all of my current tattoos and everything, what they mean for me and different stuff like that. Hopefully you guys will like this video, especially since it was your reward. Hey, you're getting to know, your friend, whatever else you want to call me. Hopefully not mentor. I don't feel like I'm mentor material, but anything, really, friend, anything like that. So, yes. But yeah, so I'll have to come up with an idea of what I want to tell you guys next time. More onto my personal life, something else that I really enjoy and love to do, whether it be astrology, psychology, philosophy, sociology, anthropology, biology, whatever else you want to include in that. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. You are all great, especially you last couple of people that bumped us up to 250. So I could make this video for the rest of them. Now we'll just have to move forward with another 50 to get to a Q&A. So anyway, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for dealing with the heat and the sweating and everything. It is very hot. Hopefully it will cool down here soon. But I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'm Jen Graves, and I will catch all you lovely people later. Bye.